Limelight Pet Project, and today we are at Anderson Park in Redmond with Jamie Thomas, the Executive Director of Motley Zoo. And who do we have for adoption today?
So this is Mel Vera. She's named after one of the characters in the new version of Charmed.
Oh.
And she is just the sweetest dog ever. I mean, she's just so easy and loving and ready to go.
Oh. Yeah, when we first met her, she did a couple of perfect, I call them broke dogs, where she just kind of goes down on her front end and goes to the side, and she's like, just love me, just scratch me.
Pretty much, yep.
So how long has she been with Motley Zoo?
She's been with us for over 6 months now, which frankly does shock me a little bit. She's such a fantastic dog. I think it's hard she doesn't represent well in pictures because she instantly looks scared. She doesn't show her personality. I've really tried to capture her as she is in the daycare room and all that. So I think she's just not seemingly as, fun and free-spirited as she really is in her photos.
Well, and to meet her is to love her. She has this wonky tail that never stops wagging. I'm glad that she's getting it on camera for everybody.
Yep.
She has these ears that just telescope beautifully and have a little arch to them. And then look at this smile. Oh my goodness. I shouldn't encourage this, but I think she knew I needed some kisses.
I think that jumping up to be friendly and then leash walking, she's a little bit of a puller. Those are her only 2 flaws, but those are fixable. Those are trainable things. That's not personality. That's not, those are easy to fix.
Yeah.
And she's not dangerous when she's doing them. She's just exuberant.
Right, an overabundance of love and just wanting to connect with another living being.
Yeah.
Huh, you sweetheart. So she's been at Motley for about 6 months, and so you've gotten some time to get to know her. What's your favorite thing about her?
I love to see her run and play. She's so funny in the daycare room. She just loves to run around and play with the other dogs, and she throws herself on the ground and just does these crazy things with her face and her back, and she looks so funny, and then she runs over so happy to see me, and then she puts her head in my lap, and then she runs back to play. She's just a really fun dog.
Oh. And so she originally came from Mexico. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah. I mean, we do take a lot of dogs from Mexico, but her story's a little different because someone actually tied her to a gate of the shelter in Mexico. So someone either couldn't take care of her, or they knew somehow that the shelter would be able to provide her what she needed, and so the shelter took her in and made sure she was healthy enough to fly, and then she came up here to see us because there's a lot more adoptive homes up here.
Right. So how would you describe her personality?
I'd say she's a clown. She's really goofy and just fun-loving. I feel like she's like the life of the party, and when she comes in the room, all the dogs are like, yay, let's play. She's just got that really welcoming presence with people and other dogs.
So with that welcoming presence, what kind of home would she like? Would she like a home that has another dog?
I think she could do well independently because she's chill and confident, and so she could be a great only dog, or live with another dog. Probably a dog about her size, and maybe a dog that's a little more submissive. She's pretty confident. She wants to be in charge of the situation. So she kind of runs the room when the dogs are in there. So as long as it's not a super alpha dog, I think it would work out well.
And what about other animals, cats?
So she hasn't really been exposed to a lot of cats, but she does seem pretty interested in the wildlife and birds and squirrels and things like that. So we're going to suggest no cats for the time being, just because we don't know. But she is a fun dog, and I'm sure she could learn. But at this time, we're just going to say no cats.
And as we've been filming, a few children have walked by, and she seemed to really want to go to them. How do you think she'd be with kids?
She loves all people, so I think she'd be great with kids. The jumping up thing, obviously for a little kid, but then again, if their faces are lower, she wouldn't have to jump up on them, so to give them a kiss. So, but I mean, again, those are very easy things to work on. Just be consistent, and she's not going to try and hurt anybody, that's for sure.
Oh, she seems so gentle.
Yeah, she's very gentle.
Does she have any behavioral or health issues that might be making it harder for her to get adopted?
No, she really doesn't. She likes to chew on her leash or other toys, so you have to be careful she doesn't chew the leash that you're walking her on. But other than that, she's just very curious, and I'm really dumbfounded why she hasn't found a home yet. So
now, Motley Zoo works really hard to fit the right pet with the right family. Can you talk a little bit about people that might have a concern with it being the right fit, and if maybe it doesn't work out?
Sure. So Motley Zoo in particular, we work so hard before you even meet the animal to make sure it's going to be a good fit. So if there's any issues or anything that we think could be a challenge, especially based on maybe the person's experience or whatever, we talk about it. We talk about it a lot. So there's a lot of communication that goes on before you even meet an animal. And if you're meeting an animal, then it's because we are really sure that it could be a good fit for you, and you just pretty much have to decide that's going to be the right fit for you too, based on the meeting and all that. We do what we call a 2-week trial period. It's not in lieu of making a solid commitment to adopt, but it is if all of a sudden you get the dog home or the cat and things just are not the way that you thought they were going to be, and it's usually not the animal's fault. It's usually not that they've done anything. It's usually something that the people realize isn't going to work for them.
Right.
We would take the animal back at any time. That would be the period where we could refund the donation, but otherwise we've gone and spent that on the next animal. So, but we're in very close contact, and we encourage our adopters to communicate with us, especially if they're having a challenge. We always joke, we're like, we have nothing better to do than to keep the animals in the homes that we put them in.
Right.
Like, if there's nothing else, like, please let us just help you keep that animal in your home. So we also have a training center in Redmond, which is fantastic because people can bring their dogs for daycare, they can bring them for training.
That's such a wonderful benefit.
Yeah, they can do group classes. So not only can we help you find the right pet, but we can help you work through those little challenges and issues that you see, any pet, adjusting to your home and your lifestyle, and just making sure that you know how to communicate effectively with them. She's enjoying that. So yeah, we have lots of things that we can do to help make sure. But we'll ask you how things are going, but we also need the adopters to remember to communicate with us,
right?
Especially if they're being challenged. We don't want them to suffer in silence for any reason, because we want our animals to be happy just as much as we want the people to be happy.
Right. And that's a wonderful policy that you guys have. And if somebody adopts through Motley Zoo, do they get a special rate for the daycare and the training?
They do, yes. Yeah. Yes, we get a discount for rock stars, we call them. So yeah, definitely.
Sweetheart.
Yeah, and we do see so many of our dogs come back. So that's what's great, is that these puppies grow up, in front of us, and then throughout the years and throughout the challenges of, fear phases and all those things, we get to help the
Come
people
back
work
for training and daycare.
Yeah, we helped them work through it. One person, I remember they adopted a dog from us, and after about 2 weeks, the guy came in and he was in tears. And I was like, what's wrong? And he's like, I don't know if we can keep this dog. This is so different than the dog we had before, and we really love him, but I just don't know what to do. And I was like, well, hang on a second. So set him up with a evaluation with one of the trainers we had, and it was over the weekend. He came back on Monday, and this time he was in tears because he was so happy. Because he's like, oh my gosh, it was totally us. We didn't know what we were doing.
Right.
We were letting him get away with everything. And so, every time I see him, he tears up because he's so happy that he worked through, that he worked through it with the trainer. And, had we not had that facility, that interaction at daycare, there's a chance they might not have called us and said, hey, we need help. They might have just said they were going to return them. So this is why we really want people to be open with us when they have adopted. Tell us everything, even every little thing.
Yeah, because I think sometimes people might be hesitant to reach out for help.
Yeah, but literally, please let us help keep those animals in the homes. We work so hard to get them there, and we want to keep them there.
That's wonderful. And what would her perfect home look like? Maybe another dog. Kids are okay. What about, would she want a fenced yard?
I think she would love a fenced yard. She sees a dog over there and she's like, are we going to meet? So yeah, I think she would love a fenced yard because she loves to run around and just be silly. And she is good at entertaining herself, even without you being there. That's not going to be in lieu of exercise, which she'll need some walks, and she'd be a great hiking dog.
Yeah.
So yeah. she would just definitely enjoy that. But, you know, I think a moderately active family, she doesn't have to have like, you know, 10-mile hikes every day or, you know, whatever. She's pretty easy to please. And yeah, she'll get busy and run around if she wants to, and then she'll just totally chill out after that. She really wanted to meet that dog.
Oh my goodness, I know. I saw that dog too. I know. Yeah, she seems like she would be the perfect dog for somebody that doesn't have, you know, small animals, but maybe they're looking for a first dog, because she seems pretty easy other than needing some leash training, which most dogs need leash training.
Heck yeah. I mean, and we're working on it. Every time she comes to daycare, she does training with us. And so that's part of our Rockstar University program, we call it. And so there's all the way preschool, all the way to high school, and all of the classes prepare you to take the CGC, the Canine Good Citizen exam.
That's
so
wonderful.
They're all working towards a purpose, and we even have a puppy star exam. So it's really fun.
Her temperament is amazing.
Yeah, she's
sweetheart.
just, I mean, I can't understand why we've had her for 6 months. It's really, it has to be the pictures. It has to be that she hasn't had the best pictures or enough video of her playing and being silly.
Oh, and I loved it when you were getting her ready for camera. You said, let's straighten out your makeup. She's got beautiful eyeliner, these adorable ears, a great smile, a joyful tail. She's the full package.
She really is. She's a fantastic dog. And I said when you first came that if I was in need of another dog, she would be my dog for sure.
Well, that's quite the recommendation right there.
It is. Yeah. I have 4 though, honey, and they're all little. They're very, very little.
Oh. Well, thank you so much, Jamie.
Yes,
and here's
thank
to
you.
hoping somebody sees this segment and says, you know what? I want to have Mel Vera in my life.
Yes, we just want someone to love Mel the way that we do. See her the way that we do.
And I think they will after this.
I think so too. This will be a great opportunity for her.
With her wiggle butt and her smile and her ears.
Her funny tail.
This has been Tracy with the Limelight Pet Project, and we shine the light on harder to adopt pets because their stories are worth telling.